happiness. Puritan Thomas Manton said, "It is as natural for the reasonable creature to desire to be happy as it is for the fire to burn." Thanks to the Logos Bible software, I was able to go through all of the Puritans and you look at Jonathan Edwards, you look at Charles Spurgeon, who in some way was post-Puritan, but really in essence the last of the great Puritans, maybe a century or two late. And they're just effusive with happiness. So one of the things that I did was to put in the information that says joy and happiness within 7 words or 6 words or 8 words of each other, and then all of these texts pop up. So I was able to see again and again and again, consistently they use them as synonyms. Say, oh, how happy is the person, how joyful they are who, well, happy and joyful have the same meaning, joy and happiness, as used by the Puritans. And they consistently, throughout church history, that's the way it was. You go back to Noah Webster's dictionary, 1828. I looked it up and I thought, how can I prove what I'm discovering from all these writings? That the word blessed used to mean happy. When it was translated in the King James in 1611, the word blessed meant to be happy in God. So when people would read the Beatitudes, blessed are the poor in spirit, they would get the sense of happy in God are the poor in spirit. And happy are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers. It meant they're happy. And this basic word, makarios, that meant and still means happy. No, not a superficial happiness, not a happiness in sin, not at all. But a true happiness, an ultimate happiness, a meaningful happiness. So I looked it up in Noah Webster's dictionary, and there it is. Look up the word blessed, and it says happy, happy, happy. The word happy is repeated about 4 times in the 3 definitions that it has. It's about being happy. Likewise, look up happy, and what do you see? You see joy, you see gladness, and look up joy, and you see happiness, and you see gladness. And that's what these words meant. Sadly, however, today, when we read our English Bibles, most people don't think happy when they see blessed. There's actually another primary Hebrew word and another primary Greek word that can be well translated blessed, but they're different words, and they have a different meaning. But in any case, the English reader doesn't think of blessed as a happiness word anymore. They think of it as a holiness word. How do I know that? Because I could not find any poll, any documentation that would indicate what people think of when they think of blessed in terms of, percentages. And so on my Facebook page, which is a highly scientific way to do it, I had a poll. I said, what comes to your mind when you think of the word blessed? Just give what comes to your mind, like synonyms for this. Only 12% of the over 1,000 people who responded, only 12% said anything related to happiness, gladness, or joy. All the rest said things that related, or most of the rest, said things that related to holiness. So when you if you hear somebody talk about the Blessed Virgin Mary, they're not talking about how happy Mary was. I mean, it's blessed, it's just, no, holy, set apart, sanctified. So in other words, the word blessed becomes a holiness word to us, but that's not what Asher was to the Hebrew, and it's not what Makarios was to the Greek. And that's why it's a very positive thing that we have a lot of these contemporary translations that have moved to translating Makarios as happy most of the time, translating Asher, used throughout the Psalms, really predominantly used in the Psalm, as happy, because that's what everybody knows that it really means, who knows the original language, so they say, let's translate that way. So you've got the Holman, you've got the Contemporary English Version, the Common English Bible, numbers of others that have started, doing this. But the vast majority of people read the more dominant, best-selling translations that use the term blessed.